Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank y'all for joining me on my live stream. I'm on my laptop, family. I got it straightened out. I was able to get in to my YouTube. I changed my number to my number over here, and they sent me that two-step verification. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. I appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Y'all know that helps me. I came outside. I was going to turn it around, but the sun was too bright. Yeah, it's summertime over here, guys. We got some things to talk about today, and I'll wait till a few more people get on here. What's up, Chriselle? I'm gonna have to try those empanadas in your part of the Philippines when things open up over here. What's up, Doug? Roy Faulkner? Kenneth Roundtree. So I don't even have to touch the screen anymore. I can finally I can control this a whole lot better. Is Cal Deadman on here, the president of the No Troll Zone? Then we got the vice president, Ingram Davis, here. We've got John Wells, should be here. He's my unofficial moderator. I see you, Brasilero Shelton. See, I got that now. It took me a while. What's up, J-Dog? Ephraim Dunlap in Houston. Hey, I got some good news too. My young subscriber, Robert Sanford, he actually didn't have COVID. They finally admitted him to the hospital. There was something else going on. They tested him twice for COVID. It wasn't COVID, so that's good news. Smoky Mountain, Modler, good morning. Well, good evening there. Adam Frederico. He said, Adam says, I think reminding us to have a plan, have savings, and do the legal stuff for us retiring there. Yeah, I always, I've got a video on that, and I always touch on that a little bit in all of my videos, really. I just tell you guys, I suggest to you guys, because let me remind you that my viewers are 35 and up. We're grown. And I really am not telling you guys what to do. Not even really giving you advice, because you're grown men. I would never do that. It's just suggestions. Things that work for me, I didn't work. But yeah, that's a great suggestion, Adam. Will Shaw says, hey, Cal, did you hear anything about a Filipino man dying because he was forced to do 300 squats because he violated curfew? Yeah, I talked about that on my last vlog. The vlog where my last live stream. He didn't die of COVID. See, if they catch you here violating curfew, they're going to punish you. One of the ways to punish you is make you do squats. And then if everybody's not doing squats in sync, you got to do it over. He ended up doing 300. He ended up dying. But I'm glad you brought that up, Will Shaw. I hope I'm saying your name right, because that's the first thing I'm going to talk about. I just got a few things, that I always put on here, guys, that I'm going to talk about. And it has to do with that. See, the Filipino government says it can't sustain the lockdown in Metro Manila in that NCR area up there. They just don't have the money. And I was telling y'all the other day that I've never seen the columnists go after the government the way that they're going after the government right now. I mean, these columnists are really letting them have it. And one guy even went so far as to say, y'all older people an explanation. Good and well the lockdowns aren't working. They're not containing the virus. They're not even, lowering the numbers, but you're asking these people to make all these sacrifices. People are starving up there, man. So the government finally came out. Now, what that's going to do, I don't know. How that's going to affect anybody, I don't know. Roger Walker, what's going on? He said, sorry, I missed your live chats. I go to bed early in Alabama, but brother, I do watch them when I can. Thanks for all you do for us, man. I appreciate it, Roger. I'm like you, man. I go to bed, man, 9:30, I'm asleep. Let's see. S. Sam says, can't wait to hear what you have to say today. Boots on the ground, baby. Yeah, but they can't sustain that, guys. I do want to talk about something today because a guy asked me, he says he met somebody over here. He wants to send her some flowers. You know, he wants to be romantic. And I always tell you guys to save the romance for friends. But look, if you insist, remember you're grown men and you're not going to do, I guarantee you, 99% of the stuff I throw out there, people don't do. And being romantic, not being romantic is one thing that you're not going to do. You're going to do that. And it's really an advantage over here that you have over other foreigners who think being romantic is corny, and over the local, because the Filipina, she loves romance. Really, she doesn't understand flowers. If you're going to send something like that, send a plant. Plants are big over here now. All of a sudden, you know, a lot of Filipinos are doing gardening. My girlfriend, if you look around her, man, we never had plants before. Now all of a sudden, she got at least, I'm going to say 50 plants. Send a plant. But romance is a big advantage you got. I mean, just simple stuff. I'm going to tell you something. See, I'm a romantic, you know. And what I did today, just something simple, man. I put a picture of my girl on my Facebook page. And I wrote a few lines from Just to Be Close to You from the Commodores. You heard that song before. Well, she's been smiling all day. It knocked her over, knocked her friends over. They can't handle that sort of romance, man. If you really want to get inside a Filipino's head, get some romance, man. That's true. Let's see. Destination Unknown TV says, do I ever get bored sometimes? Man, I don't over here, man. That's why I tell you, you know, before you come over here, kind of get a general idea of what it is that you want to do when you get over here. You can't just come over here and sit down. I'm doing some research because a guy was in my comments one time. He said, man, you know, he said, if you don't watch out, he said, a lot of expats die sooner in the Philippines because they sit over there and don't do anything and their minds deteriorate. But I haven't found anything on that yet, but it was interesting that he said that. But no, I never get tired, man. I'm going to tell you something. A great investment over here would be a bicycle. Buy your bicycle, man, and then early in the morning, and then like in the evening, I'm talking about the weather's perfect over here. I get up about 5:30, get on my bike about 6, ride it to about 7, and then same thing in the evening. About 5:30, man, the weather here is perfect. It's perfect as it's going to get. But yeah, you know, whatever interest you have over there, it's the same as the standard of living. Bring them over here, especially if you love the outdoors, man. Filipinos, biking is big over here. You're going to see some unbelievable bicycles over here. Tennis, anything out, you know, hiking. They run. They do a lot of, marathons, mini marathons. Yeah, so now, I promise you, man, I don't get bored over here. Hey, Ennis Montgomery. Now, I do miss my family and friends. I do miss them, but I don't get homesick. Ennis Montgomery, thanks for the super chat. He said, Big Brother Calvin, if I'm married in the Philippines, does the U.S. recognize the marriage and can she travel to the States or abroad? Yeah, the United States is going to recognize the marriage, especially once you start that visa process. I think it's a CR1. Somebody help me out because I did the K1, the fiance. We got married in the United States, but yeah, they'll recognize it, but she's not going to be able to travel with you to America until you get that visa approved. Now, there's some countries around here where the Filipino doesn't need a visa, but it doesn't mean anything, man. They still, unless they have a compelling reason or they're connected here, you know, money, property, a good job, that sort of thing, it's hard for them to leave this country, man, you know. So, you know, start looking into that now. Don't make plans and then you get to the airport like my friend did, man. They turned her around. She was from Zamboanga City. They made her go all the way back. Even though her tourist visa was Her tourist visa was approved. It's crazy, but Kenneth Roundtree, what's going on from Plano, Texas? Eric Terry, I haven't forgotten you, man. Give me a call after this. Well, actually, after this, I'm going to open up my bank account. John gave me the information to the bank. I'm going to share with you on my next live stream my experience opening a bank account here. Was it easy? Was it hard? In between? But I need it because I'm looking at a little piece of property over here. Don't let that get in your head. See, that's what that Western thinking. Over here, a piece of property, you know, the property we're looking at now, it's less than $15,000, man. It's not like I got a bunch of money. I don't. It's going to take every penny I've got, actually, but I don't care, man. I don't live by the seat of my pants anymore, man. I don't worry about stuff like that anymore. I know that where that money came from, there's more of that. I mean, that's just the way I look at things. Jacob, what's going on from Houston, Texas? Sam Champion. I invited a few more buddies to the night watch party. Hope they can join, man. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. And Sam Champion sent me and baby Denise some Balik buying boxes. And a lot of people are confused about that Balik buying box. Look, guys, stop sending those packages over here, FedEx and all that. You're wasting your money. Remember, I told you Filipinos are patient. They can wait on that Balik buying box, and they'll be happy to do it. Stop spending $100 to send those packages over. Then, unless they live in Manila, one of those places like that, they have a problem getting to them. When I went to pick up that DNA kit that the donor sent to me, I had to pay a 550 something peso. I don't know if it was customs or whatever it was. They don't have that kind of money over here, man. Send it a Balik buying box. It takes 2 months. They will happily wait for that, guys. Quit wasting your money. Unless it's just something you're doing a K1 visa, CR visa, and you need a form ASAP, then yeah, send them that money. But I mean, you know, send it overnight like that. But don't fool around doing that, guys. Hey, thanks, Leroy Williams, for that super sticker. I appreciate it. But yeah, Sam Champion sent us some, and it takes about 2 months, man. But they'll wait for it. Filipinos they're very patient, guys. Use that to your advantage. Ken Lewis, what's going on? Man, a lot of people from Texas on here. Dallas, Texas. Tommy L, how's the virus going? Well, you know, the first thing I said, the Filipino government says it can't sustain the lockdown in Manila. The cases are going, you know, they're leveling off. It went from 15,000, you know, slowly down. Now, when I picked up the newspaper today, it's at 6,500. But the vaccines are very limited. They've got very little vaccines here. And that's going to be the problem, see. Right now they're vaccinating, inoculating people at 46,000 per day. It takes 468 days to just vaccinate 10% of this population. You know, their goal was 70 million people. At that rate, I think that would be, it would take them 7 years. What's up, Freddie Sanders? I'll tell you what, I'm glad you're checking in, Freddie. This guy deserves, well, there's a lot of you guys that watch me. Y'all should have your own channel, man. Cal Deadman, number 1. Freddie Sanders, number 2. These guys could have successful channels. I mean, they're as funny and as upfront and honest as I am. Hell, I'd watch them. I'd subscribe to their channel. Freddie Sanders, man, he makes me laugh more than anybody, man. Thanks for, hey, JM, he said, 82nd all the way. He said, I need to get out of the matrix, man. Thank you, man, for your courage. And you know, for protecting our wonderful country over there, JM. Josiah, what's good? James Lance, what's up, brother? I'm sorry, man, I couldn't put on a shirt today, man. I was running late. Jerry Hall, Dallas, Texas. I don't know what it is, man. Texas, man, it's a lot of people from Texas. My auntie used to live in, you know, rest in peace. She lived in Galveston, Texas. And, man, they'd have typhoons, man, all the time, man. Cal Deadman's in the house. What's going on, brother? You You quiet here, the no troll zone. We need you. Bobby G, what's going on? Vince Lawson down in Augusta, Georgia. You know, that's where James Brown is from. Did they ever finish that James Brown museum down there? Okay. One of my subscribers, Clint Dow, he asked me, says, can I talk about some things you can't find here? And okay, Clint, I do that a little bit because if you live in Expat Alley, Metro Manila, Cebu City, Dumaguete, Davao, Bacolod City, Iloilo City, Angeles City, up that way, you're not have any problem finding a lot of the things here that you have at home. It's when you get outside of there and you move to a place like San Carlos City, I can't find anything here. One thing I like to do is use that Lipton soup mix, soup and dip mix, and I put that in my ground beef with 1 egg, mix it all up to make my hamburgers. If you never tried that, man, try that. It's delicious. I can't find the Lipton soup mix over here. Even when I was in Zamboanga, I couldn't find it. You know, I had to use onion something. It didn't work out, man. It wasn't the same. You know, it's stuff like that. But if you're in Expat Alley, like when I go to Bacolod City, you know, I can find shirts that fit me, you know, but not pants. I bought some pants the other day, you know, some running shorts. I got them on now. They're 2X supposedly. Man, these things are large at the best, at the most. But once you get outside that Expat Alley, yeah, you have a problem. But when I was in Cebu City and I used to go to Rustin's and grocery, and then you know, the Ayala, the supermarket in Ayala. I mean, it had everything in there that Kroger had. He asked about the Worcestershire sauce, you know, A1 steak sauce, Frank's hot sauce. They have all of that. It's going to cost you a little bit more, though. Anton Wilford, what's up? Hey, you know, I still haven't gotten that package, Anton. I'm going to have to track that. Because the last time I checked, I mean, you sent me something. You said it was in Manila. Well, hell, that was almost a month ago. Adam Chenoweth from California. Faith Isella. She said, God bless you. Thank you. She won the drawing last night. Hey, guys, 196 people on here. 62 thumbs up. Let's get the thumbs up. Lynn San Diego says, nice soft light in the day, Calvin. Yeah, thanks. I'm using my laptop, Lynn. Finally, I'm able to get in it. And you see there's no buffering. Look at my hand. No buffering. Look at my, you know, the everything. This is how I look in person. Not how I look on that. A lot of my videos, man, I've got big darts, you know, rings around my eyes. I look like Wimpy from Popeye. But, yeah, that's the key today. I've got my laptop. This is who I am. Let's see. NC in the house. Okay. NC in the house. He said that number is a thing of the past, Calvin. Operation Philippine move in full effect. Okay. I hear you, Jay. Yeah, that's Kratos Hunt, my Facebook friend. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Let's see. He said 48 and thinking about retirement there. Man, Jerry Hall says that. I'm going to do a video on it, guys. It's called My Fantasy Life in the Philippines. You know, don't wake me up, man. I'm going to tell you something. The life I'm living now, y'all don't believe it, but I used to visualize in my basement. When I was married, when I was so-called happily married, before, you know, into my American wife over there, I'd take 5 minutes every day and go down in my basement. And I visualize, you know, it wasn't so much the Philippines, it was the tropics. Yeah, but I ain't going to give it away. I'm going to talk about it, man. It's deep. But, yeah, and I was about, let's see, he's 48. I started doing that when I was 45. And See, Napoleon Hill says do it for 30 minutes a day, but Mike Dooley said do it for 5 minutes a day. And, you know, sometimes I get mentally lazy. So I said, let me try this 5 minutes a day. Because remember, I live by when there's nothing to lose from trying. Everything to gain successful, by all means, try. You know, what I got to lose from going in my basement, cutting the lights off, shutting my eyes, and visualizing for 5 minutes? Nothing. But, man, I woke up, man, one day, and I was living that exact life, man. And I'm going to talk about in a video, man, because I want you guys to get excited, man. The Philippines is going to open. Thailand is going to open. Mexico is already open. Whatever your dreamed of life is away from the rat race, it can happen, man, you know, but you got to believe, and then definitely you got to have faith. See, without faith, I'm sorry, you're not going to make any steps. What's up, SG? Tim Gun Lover? Sydney Gibson, I'm here for some life experience cap. Man, I tell you, I need some of your financial advice, Sydney. I tell you, man, you've done well for yourself. I got to tip my hat to you, brother. But I like whenever things get back to normal, I'm going to interview you, Sydney, because, man, you talking about life experiences, my guy. Lynn says San Diego County numbers are down, way down as far as hospitalization. That's good to hear, you know. When I made that video about the Philippines not opening up, man, guys came at me, and I'm like, why are you coming at me? Don't convince me, convince the Philippine government and all the governments around the world. Don't shoot the messenger, you know. Doug Carr said, I heard something about someone admitting COVID wasn't being spread by foreign tourists. I don't understand what you mean by that, because right now there are no foreign tourists. And the numbers are off the charts over here. So, yeah, you're right about that. Hey, AJ Eckley, thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, good evening, brother. Thanks for the shout out. I'm glad you like the wife. He said he calls them white beaters. It's wife beaters. And they fit. You made the Huck jealous. Man, you're funny, AJ Eckley. He's down in Florida, I think, right, AJ? I shout him out all the time, man, because I thought he was joking. He said, man, I'm going to send you some. He calls them upper body G-strings or something, he calls them. And yeah, he sent them to me, man. And I tell you what, they're so comfortable, man. Yusuf, he said, still laughing about levitating hair. Man, I was thinking about that the other day. That cracked me up myself. I don't even know where it came from. That came out of the ether, brother. But when Lynn said, you know, the guys who always want to swap, they look weird. I thought about his picture, man. It looked like his hair was levitating above his scalp, and it would jump off and take off running at any time, man. It was hilarious, man. I got to thinking about it. I cracked up on my live stream. I'm sorry for that. Lynn says she hopes she can. So I hope I can go back for summer vacation 2022. I hope you can too. That sounds about right, but the Philippine government said they can't sustain these lockdowns, so I don't know what they're going to do, but they've got to open up the local tourism first. Let me keep reminding y'all of that. That's what drives the industry here, not the international. Yeah, that helps, but the local tourism, it's not even open. Man, if I wanted to go here to Boracay, they would put me through the ringer to do that. Okay, let's see. Get back some of these questions. Thanks, Ron Bizzle, for that super chat. He says, happy you found your peace, brother, man. I did. And you know, everybody can find it, really. But I tell you, I remind you all the time, the longer you on that hamster wheel, the faster it turns, man, the faster it spins, the harder it is to jump off. When I jumped off, man, I broke ankles and everything, but I didn't care. It was worth it. But I'm not getting back on that thing, man. But the longer you stay on there, the faster it gets, harder it is for you to get off. Cardillera Pan said maybe the Philippines will open up the last quarter of the year. man, that's a great analogy, and I'm gonna have to agree with you. Either that, I'm gonna say first quarter 2022. It's just I wish they would get more. I have more imagination here, but they don't. See, there's no imagination. They're just going to try, the old fashioned, you know, stuff that don't work. Hey, Sidney Gibson, thank you for that super sticker, brother. I appreciate you, man. You're the reason why I'm even looking for this piece of land over here, man. I need to invest for my kids over here. And remember, guys, don't get all crazy like I'm rich or something. I'm not. Over here, when you talk about, buying a piece of land, you're talking about $10,000-$15,000, man. That's really all I got. But I don't care. I'm gonna do it. Charles Del B says hit the like button, man. Thank you, brother. Lynn says, haha, that hamster visual is real. It is. You think I'm playing? Because, hey, Miriam Cruz says, Bermuda, love you, brother. Man, I'm impressed. Jason Kincaid, wow, nice. Stephen K. Now, the JM says, are tattoos accepted in the Philippines? Absolutely. And me and my girlfriend was talking about that the other day. We were at the store, the mall over here, and so many girls now here have tattoos. The men always had them, but so many women here have them now. When I came in 2009, there was no tattoos, man. If it was very rare. But now, yeah, and they've got some great artists. If you saw that picture that the guy drew of me at Baby Denise's house, he's a tattoo artist, and he's really good. He gets a lot of business. Yeah, Jason Kincaid, one-time payments, then you own it. See, that's the thing about it. I don't want to bring the hamster wheel over here, guys. What good is that going to do? I don't want, even though it's going to turn real slow over here, I don't want it at all over here. I don't want the rat race. Well, over here, we call it the rice race. I don't want to enter that anymore. If I pay the 10 or 15,000, it's over with. Okay, I start back from scratch. But I always keep 2,500 in my account. I never touch, no matter what. That's for emergencies. If I need to go home for emergency, something happens. If I'm in the hospital, something happens. That I never touch. But this 10 or 12,000 I'm gonna have to spend. That's basically gonna be the money I've been saving. Because I told you during this pandemic, man, I've been able to save money, man. Because let's face it, you can't go anywhere. Hey, it's all on me. Thanks for that $5 super chat. Let's see. Brazilera said, I look forward to these live streams, bro. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Black Haven says, a woman with too many tattoos are not attractive and masculine. Yeah, I don't like when they run it all up and down. But here, Filipinos, they're conservative. They may have a butterfly on the back of their calf or something on their hamstring or their thigh. But one lady had it all up her legs. God is good and all that kind of stuff. Smoky Mountain said rats are the only ones that win the rat race. Exactly. One of my subscribers said, from Australia, he said, when you're in the rat race, that means you're a rat. Yeah, see, I got tired of being a rat, man. I'm a lazy dog now, man. I'm proud of it. Kenneth Roundtree says, thank you for that super chat. He says, appreciate all the advice, brother. It's my pleasure, man. I'm just trying to give you guys everything I got. My boots on the ground experience. And give it to you. The only way I know how is the nitty gritty. Most of you guys understand the nitty gritty. But some of you can't handle the nitty gritty. I don't understand it. My mother gave us the nitty gritty every day. She said, you either eat what's on the table or you don't eat it all. See, that's the nitty gritty, guys. I'm sorry. You can't handle that. Retired 2019 said, I don't like tats on women. I really, I've never dated a woman or had anybody that had a tattoo. But the ones that I found attractive, they may have a butterfly here on the back of their shoulder or something like that. But yeah, all that other stuff, man, yeah, it's crazy. Not a fan of tats. I'm not either. I've never had a tattoo, man, and then I'm going to tell you, it was only here recently that any of my friends and stuff start getting them. I think one of my daughters has a tattoo. I'm going to be honest with you, man. People in the hood we couldn't afford no tattoos. Only persons had tattoos in the hood, they were coming from prison. They get the free tattoos in there, with that needle. All of them are green. There was no other color. Everything is green. Your mother's face is green on here. Whatever it is. Yeah, I've never had a tattoo before. Hey, Cal, that Lipton soup mixed with ground beef soup. This is I Am Limited 75. He said, hey, Cal, that Lipton mixed with ground beef sounds tasty. Oh, man, it makes the hamburger so juicy. I learned it from my nephew. He passed away. Man, try that. Try it tonight. You will be shocked. Timothy Bright, what's up? Yeah, Stephen K. Meads. I've never had a woman with a tattoo, man, but they're popular over here now. To Burley, hey, what's up? Shoot. Yeah, I've never had a woman that had a tattoo. I'm sorry, I don't. I just never did it. Let's see. Hey, Matthew, thanks for that super chat. He says, love your advice, Calvin, but why all the bars on your windows? Lots of that in Detroit and New Orleans. I really don't know. When we moved here, Matthew, it was already here. This is the only one. It's not on the side or anything like that. No, it is on the side, but the owner of this house did that. Most of the houses here, they don't have them. Because, I'm going to tell you something, and I've got a video coming up about crimes for, crime and foreigners or something like that. It's wrote down in there. And, it's over here, man. If you use your common sense and you live in certain areas, man, St. Carlos City, man, the crime is virtually doesn't exist. I promise you, man. I could sleep with my door open. Nobody would bother me. My gate is never locked. I started locking it now since she got this new motorcycle. But yeah, the owner put that on there, man. That's overkill to me here. Now, when I buy this piece of property, I am going to have a gate and a wall built around it. That's just something that Filipinos do. So, hey, I'm going to do it. Here in Rome, you do as the Romans do. It's for my privacy and protection. But, yeah, they won't. You're safe here. Gary T said, what's some of my favorite Filipino foods? Well, I love their fresh fish here. I love adobo. I love chicken and the bean sprouts. They've got this soup-like stuff that her mother makes with bamboo shoots. I forgot what it's called. That's so bamboo. She uses bamboo meat. Matter of fact, from the bamboo. Coconut milk. That's delicious. It's a lot, man. Too mean to name, but I love the fish. I'm used to eating that frozen fish from Kroger, man. Sidney Gibson said, what's the latest on travel for vaccinated foreigners in the Philippines? You're barred at least until April 21st. That's when they've suspended that. So we'll know then, Sidney. Brasilero Shelton said, they said breaking in houses was a thing. Yeah, up in, you have to understand, when they give you statistics on that kind of stuff, guys, they're talking about Metro Manila. That's what they're talking about. Quezon City, Cebu City, places like that. And here's another one, says, I see you have bars on your windows. It's crime bad. That's not. In San Carlos, it's virtually non-existent. See, that's the reason why I decided not to move. Because I got to thinking, if it ain't broke, don't break it. Why would I want to move to Siquijor Island or some other place and take a risk on the neighbors not liking me, somebody breaking in my house. Because here, people know me, they like me. They're as good as you're going to find in the Philippines. And there's no crime. I'm going to tell you something. When the tricycle driver, see, that's why they're so important. That's why you always tip them and the pedicab driver, because they have all the information. They're riding around all the time. They're riding with the people. They know what's going on. He said, man, you're going to like it here. He said, there's no snatchers here. See, when he said that, I was convinced right there. And I'm going to talk about snatchers. Hey, Jamin Johnson, he says, thanks for the super chat. He says, please donate a bag of rice for me. Oh, definitely. I'm going to do a couple of guys that already did that before. You know, see, a lot of stuff I can't, I just don't film, man, because Filipinos are proud over here. And almost to the point of it being foolish pride, you know. But every now and then they'll let me take a picture to put on my Sunshine Shoulders page, you know, because there's an 89-year-old woman that we helped. A guy came by here, and this is how Filipinos are, okay? Now, I'm sitting out here like I'm sitting out here now. I'm drinking my coffee after I got through working out. And a man, he's a grown man. He walks past my gate. Then he turns around and walks back. He said, are you Sunshine Shoulders? Yeah, I'm Sunshine Shoulders. I'm the only black man in San Carlos City. You know I'm Sunshine Shoulders. He said, but I'm just joking with him. But anyway, he says, hey, I know of an 89-year-old woman not far from here. She's getting up and going out down to the ocean and collecting shells. That's all she has to eat. Can you help her? You know, and we took some groceries to her. Now, you know, I took a picture there, and I'm gonna post it on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. But yeah, thank you for that, Jamin Johnson. Yeah. Calvin, okay, Lynn San Diego 102 said, Calvin, there's a ton of little homes built in the Philippines that would look great on your small lot. They are all over YouTube, affordable. Yeah, see, that's all I'm going to do. And see, I'm going to bring y'all along with me. I wanted to get the land, the lot first, because, man, the lots here now, they're just so expensive. They cost more than the house you're going to put on the lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a budget of about another $750,000 for the house, you know, which is another, you know, $15,000. And then that's it. I'm done, you know. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I see some just unbelievably looking houses. And because, see, they use those hollow blocks over here. One hollow block is only 15 pesos. So if I buy 1,000 hollow blocks, see, you know, what is that? 15,000 pesos? That's $300. That's a nice 2-bedroom house. 1,000, you know, then another probably 30,000 for the roof, you know. The plywood's expensive. The 2x6s and stuff like that, they're expensive. You know, the labor's cheap. But see, over here, we're talking with an engineer, you know, with one engineer. I'm going to talk to a couple of them, not just one. Hey, Lamont Smith, thanks for that super chat. He says, salute, Calvin. It looks like weather's nice. Dinner on me, brother. Thank you. Somebody sent me a super chat the other day and told me about John a drink, but I'm going to take him, his girlfriend, and my girlfriend. We're going to go to our favorite place. But John hasn't got back with me yet. John, are you on here? Let me know when you're available. Maybe Sunday. But yeah, we're talking to an engineer, because that's what people do over here when they build their house. And then he'll give them the plans, and you'll go over the plans. You give him your budget and say, look, don't go 1 peso over this budget. See? Rodriguez Life says, hey, Calvin from Australia, tattoos are accepted in the fields. I have plenty. Yeah, they are. Yeah. It's big over here. Let's see. Timothy, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, Rams and Dodgers fans say, hey, Sunshine, do you think selling Medicare supplements and Medicare Advantage insurance in the USA are hard or easy? Good products to sell. They're very easy and they're great products. That's why I'm sitting here right now, because of Medicare Advantage. See, Medicare Advantage changed my whole insurance life. Imagine for the first, 3 years of my insurance career, I had to ask for the money. See, with Medicare Advantage, there is no monthly premium. There's no additional monthly premium. So you don't have to ask for the money, long as, they continue to pay their Part A. Well, the Part A is free. Continue to pay their Part B premium, they're going to qualify for that. And then all you're doing is you're giving them another way to receive their Medicare benefits. Instead of the government plan, that old, decrepit plan that was designed in 1965, you're going to give them a souped up, brand new version that has dental, vision, hearing, over the counter. Some of them plans will give them their Part B premium back every month. Man, it's unbelievable. And yeah, people, when they first started out with this Medicare Advantage, the government has some very conservative numbers. They said, well, maybe 4% to 7% of people would join a Medicare Advantage plan. No. And I was there from the beginning, 2006. 33% of Medicare beneficiaries have a Medicare Advantage plan. And a lot of it's coming from people who have a supplement. They're saying, hey, I can't afford this supplement. Give me that Medicare Advantage. Now, there's some limitations. But to answer your question, absolutely, man. If it's something you think about doing, I would do it. It's made, I'm going to tell you one time, man, when you listen to my video talking about my fantasy life in the Philippines, don't wake me up. That's what I talk about, man. At one time, man, I was hood rich, man, in America, man. I was earning about $25,000. I'm talking about me, not my agency. I had a little small agency, about 20 agents. I was earning about $25,000 in commission every month, man. But I woke up one day, I was like, is this all there is? I thought that's what I wanted, but it wasn't. But it was all to Medicare Advantage. And I bought all my partners from the insurance industry, bought them all in, trained them all. And now I'm going to tell you, if Gerald Muhammad's on here, he'll tell you his income doubled, now then tripled, having met me because of that Medicare Advantage, man. It's off the charts. Yeah, do that. And thank me later. Let's see. Johnny New York, he said, what's up, Sunshine Shows? Hey, let me see, I'm missing some of these. I'm sorry, guys. Timothy Bright, thanks for that super chat. He said, I know you're busy, man. Will you take the time to use this to help the woman that's hungry to help her groceries? Yeah, we took her some. We're going to take her something every week. She's 89, man. And I stopped the lady, what's the day? Thursday, Monday, when I was in Pacquiao City, man. I'm telling you, man, the need over here is so great, man. Unless you're just some cold, callous individual, every day your heart's going to get snatched out of your chest here. I was in Pacquiao City. I'm riding in the tricycle, and we stopped at the stoplight, and here comes this old lady, man. Her head is bending over looking at the ground because now she can't raise it up because she got so used to walking around like that, man. This lady was old, man. I gave her 100 pesos, man. She was collecting, bottles and, plastic and stuff. This lady was somebody's probably great grandmother, man. But that's what you see over here, man. Hey, Matthew, thanks for that super chat. He says, I love some Southern comfort foods that my mother and grandma made. Can I get collards and all the things I need for a Southern family reunion kind of meal? I can cook it as USA women cannot. Yeah, they've got some stuff, but not collard greens, but they got greens over here. But they've got macaroni. You have to make your own version of macaroni and cheese. They have sweet potatoes. You have to make, but what you're going to be doing, you're going to be making American meals with Filipino ingredients. Now, I don't know how that's going to turn out, but yeah, they'll have a lot of the things over here. Chicken, the ground beef. You can make the meatloaf. See, I miss a lot of that stuff. But that's why I was able to lose the 30 pounds of weight that I was able to use. JM says, I get this question a lot. He said, do Filipinas like men with beards? I'm going to tell you something. Filipinos, they're not so shallow. See, if you treat them good, if you don't mistreat them, if you're a good person, man, they don't have a problem with that, but they're not used to it, though. Remember, Filipino men, they shave like I shave over here. A lot of the young guys now, they have that goatee, that motorcycle type goatee. But yeah, they're not that shallow. Hey, Cal Deadman, thanks for that super sticker, man. I appreciate you, brother. He's the president of the No Troll Zone. But yeah, but on that same topic of do Filipinos like men with beards, I came up with something. A guy asked me this, and it's a hypothetical question, but I'll answer it anyway. He says, if Filipinos were rich, how would foreigners be treated over here? Well, that's a great question. I'm going to tell you. I doubt if I'd be here, because I'm going to tell you, I'm just giving you my experience. I don't want Filipinos to get mad at me for saying this, because this is only a small sample of the Filipinos over in America that I met at the first Filipino mass that I ever attended. So it had to be about 150 Filipinos. My wife came over. I took her to the mass. Remember, that's the first mistake we made. That's where she meets everybody. But anyway, man, these people were totally different than Filipinos from the homeland. They're not warm. They're not welcoming. They don't greet you. They don't smile. They're just uppity Americans, man. Now. And had I met them before I met the true Filipino over here, I would have never made that trip over here. I'm just being honest. This is the nitty gritty. They acted so, excuse my language, they acted so shitty, man. I could not believe it, because you got to realize these Filipinos, a lot of them, like I said, they were well off over in America, because, the American dream still exists for everybody but Americans, and they pull up, man. They got Jaguars, they got Bentleys. Trust me, they got Bentleys. There's doctors and their lawyers and everything over there, nurses, supervising. They're living good. Even the ones that don't live good, man, they changed, man. It's so ugly, man. And I don't think that you would want to be around that type of Filipino. I would. They turned me off, man. I stopped going. Now, we met a few over there that my wife ended up befriending, and, we'd go to the house. But the majority of them, man, it would shock you. You'd be like, see, my whole advantage was I had been traveling back and forth to the Philippines for about 5 years before I seen that other side. Man, it's ugly. And, I was going to do a whole video on it, but I said, nah, I'm going to offend some people. Because, man, look, no, we wouldn't be welcome here. If they all acted like they did over there, that 150 over there. And remember, it's only a small sample, maybe 100, 150 people at that mass. Because after the mass, everybody brings something, we all sit down and eat, man. It was crazy. And, my little son, of course, he looks like me, but he's a Filipino. The kids wouldn't play with him, and it was just ugly, man. I couldn't believe it, man. And so, yeah, Filipinos were rich. I doubt we'd be, welcome over here the way we are now. But see, that's the nature. That's the true nature. And that's just a hypothetical question, because it is what it is over here, man. And that's one of the reasons why people like me love it over here, because the people are so warm, they're so welcoming, they're so hospitable, and it's sincere. So, yeah, that answers that question, man. But, yeah, it was ugly, man. And had that been my first impression of Filipinos, I would never have come here, especially 18 hours. And thank God that that's not the true nature of the Filipino. But when they get over there, good luck trying to meet a Filipino that's moved over there and been over there for a while. Hey, Iskandaro TV, what's up, bro? Check in to hit the like button. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, that phone connection the other day, man. Call me back, Iskandaro TV. Let's see. Marley Marr said you're like the Uncle Phil version, just nitty gritty. That's funny, man. Jamie Johnson says you and Mick are inspirational, and I'm glad that you're living the dream. I just retired at 55, and I'll be there soon to meet you, brother. Yeah, man, come on over. Excuse me. I'm just so glad I was able to retire at a time when I could enjoy it. But hell, however old you are, you know, you're never too old, really, man. I told you I've got a friend, Fred Baldwin, over in Guam. He makes me look like a grandfather, man. Hell, he's 70. And this is his words. He's still active. Yeah, his wife is 55, so she must still be active. But yeah, come on over, man. Let's see. James B said, "Ever tried strange foods that are like balut?" I haven't tried balut yet, man. But you know, they tell you that's why they sell it at night, because they don't want you to look at it. They just want you to bite into it and eat it. That's why you won't see any balut sellers going around in the daytime. They do it at night, and then you do it while you're drinking. See, I don't drink, so I can't. You know, being a blackout, I probably would have ate one by now. You know. You get hungry after drinking and you'll eat that thing. But by me being in my right mind, I'm saying, man, this little chicken head, I can't bite it. You know, and then you hear that crunch sometimes, the bones, you know, I can't deal with it. But, you know, shrimp paste is exotic to me. I eat it. It's good. Let's see. What else is some crazy stuff I've ate? I've ate that. Is it Kenalog? I think they call that. That's fresh fish, and it's the vinegar cooks it, you know, the acidity in the vinegar cooks it. That's good. They usually eat that when they're drinking. Well, you know, I've eaten isao, which is chicken intestines. That's one of my favorites now. I could eat that every day and twice on Sunday. It's so good, but I make sure that they cook it all the way to it's crispy. And then I'll season it myself, maybe put some hot sauce on it. What's up, Marvin Howard? Stephen K. said, yeah, crime is practically non-existent in small cities and provinces. Yeah, you get outside of municipalities, you would be shocked, because I was talking to my friend Dennis Matthew yesterday on the phone. He's a great, great guy, college administrator up in Flint, north of Flint, Michigan. He's offered his services. Now, this is what he does for a living, to my high school daughter, to counsel her on her future going forward. And I got some great subscribers. But anyway, we were just talking about the crime, and I asked him, I said, I wonder where the Philippines even got the reputation for being a violent place. You know, no, yeah. And then another one of my subscribers named Nick Martinez, he said, because the news only focuses on the extreme, you know, stuff, you know, and they don't talk about all the good things, you know. And he's right, because, you know, our minds are wired that way. See, the red flags go up whenever we hear something bad, because that's like a survival technique of a human being. And see, don't for 1 minute, and this is what I told him, think that these newspapers and these media outlets, that they're not using psychologists when they put out their newscasts, because they are. They know what triggers to push. And that's one of them. That's why you're not going to hear about Good Samaritans. You know, you may hear about a Good Samaritan once every month or once every week on TV. Hey, JT Brown, thanks for that super sticker, man. I really, really appreciate it, man. Everybody, the super chats, the super chat stickers, it's so humbling, man, to me, really. But I always, you know, I always pay it forward, man. I promise you, man. When you get over here, you'll see it. It's so much I do that I just won't show, man. You know, because Filipinos, like I said, they're proud, and you don't want to take somebody's dignity from them, man. And, you know, I just think that when you film certain things like that, you're taking people's dignity away from them. You're messing with their dignity, man. You don't want to do that. Because a lot of times that's all they have over here. I'm going to keep that intact, man. I don't want to fool with that. But hey, guys, let's hit the thumbs up. But yeah, get outside of them big cities, man, and you will not worry about crime. And as far as crime is concerned, see, one of the things I want to tell you about in this video I'm doing on crime and foreigners is, when you give these little kids this money out here in the streets, see, I stopped doing it. I buy them food now because they're part of a syndicate. And the ones that aren't part of a syndicate, they're giving that money to maybe relatives who's on drugs or something like that. I've learned that, here recently. So I buy them food. I don't give them any money anymore because that's what you're doing. You're funding sometimes a criminal organization or a drug addict, and it may turn around and bite you. He may end up trying to rob you or something, but they even got the nicest dope fiends in the world over here. They're even warm and welcoming, believe it or not. Hey, Santa Catalina in on lockdown. Wow, due to NPA ambush on the military. Wow. Slink, is that Slink, Ron? Yeah. That's crazy, man. I hate to read that in the news, And then again, the Norwegian national that got killed the other day. See, I hate picking up the news and seeing that, but it's no different, man. I'm been conditioned, see, but it's no different than being at home where you see it all the time, but you're over here, you don't really hear about it that much. So when you hear it, it's shocking, man, and it reaches deep down inside you, man. And whenever I hear a foreigner getting killed over here, man, it poisons my thinking, man. Yeah, Lynn, San Diego 102, she said, yeah, it's true that the ones you help could actually be the ones that stab you in the back, literally, yeah. And I'm careful about that. I buy them food now, and, one little boy, I had to turn him down because he said he didn't want the food. I said, well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to give you anything else. I'm not going to give you no money. Ambush Stratfield is a Norwegian suicide. Anders Stratfield. I was thinking the same thing because they really don't know what's happening right now. It was 10 p.m. at night. Everybody was there. He had a security guard. The wife was there, the child, the parents. I really don't know. It's just sad, though. But you're right. I was thinking the same thing. I said, well, maybe he committed suicide. Patrick Ginn says, I talked to the street kids and panhandlers in Bisaya, and they pull back their hands and stare at me. Yeah. Another thing I'm going to tell you about on that video is about that tuba wine over here. If they offer that to you, don't drink it, man. A lot of it's poisonous and it'll kill you. But that's not the reason. The reason is it's powerful. You'll get drunk really quick and you'll get taken advantage of, man. Tuba wine. If you're going to drink that, man, do that at home because it's going to get you. You could be the toughest drinker in America. You come over and drink that coconut wine, you're going to be on your back. I promise you that. Main Time says, hey, Calvin, I'm hoping to get there in 2022, 2023 at the latest, brother, to find my sweet spot. I'm watching you from Vegas. It's sweet spots over here, guys. It's going to took me a while to find mine. And then you have to know it's your sweet spot. It's almost like that video I did about a good woman over here is about as good as it gets. You have to know it's your sweet spot because, see, I was thinking about moving away from here until reality set in and said, man, you better stay here. You don't know where you're going. If it ain't broke, don't break it, man. But, yeah, I found my sweet spot, man. I've hit my stride over here, and I'm living a life, really, man, the best I've ever known. I didn't even know that life could be this good, man. I was too busy working. I was too busy stressed out, man. I never even knew that life could be this good, man. It's good. I mean, really good right now, you know. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, man, it's all, you talking about friends and laughter. See, you talking about health and harmony, peace of mind, clear conscience. See, that's being rich to me. See, I'm rich, you know, in those type of things, you know. Yeah, wealth and abundance. See, all of that, man, has all come together over here for me. And when I'm talking about wealth, I'm not talking about Bill Gates wealth. I'm not even talking about middle income wealth in America, man. I'm talking about where I have enough, more than enough, to feed me and my family over here. The bills is paid. You know, that type of stress has been eliminated for me. See, so I'm rich, man. I'm living a life the best I've ever known, man. Yeah, Sam Champion said there's so many sweet spots. It is. But find yours, man. It might be in Bermuda, might be in the Caribbean, might be in Mexico. But, man, look, when you get our age, I'll be 58 next month. We don't know, man. We're living on borrowed time. I don't care what you say. My father died at 61. I'm already living on borrowed time. I know that I'm not hesitating. I'm not half-stepping anymore, man. You know, I give myself the nitty-gritty every day in the mirror. Like, you live today, you know, as if it's going to be your last day. Yeah, plan for the future. But live today, Mr. Sunshine. He's my alter ego. He gives me the nitty-gritty. As if it's going to be your last day, man, you know. And see, I always, you know, if I got $10 and the meal that I want costs $10, I'm going to spend the whole 10 because the universe is going to hear that. See, if you want abundance, then you live abundantly. And the universe is going to give you that in return. Don't be cheap like I used to, man. I was cheap myself. Yeah, if I had $10, I'm like, well, I'm going to spend $5 on a meal. No, man, you know, that's picked up in the ether somewhere. And y'all think I'm crazy, but that's okay. Oh, man, Checo Kiko said, did you watch the Earth, Wind, and Fire versus Isley Brothers on Versus? Man, I'm going to have to look at that, but you have to remind me again that we grew up in the best era, the 70s, man. How many people in the 70s that were making music then are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? You can't count them. Every group there was an iconic group. I remember when Michael Jackson first started. He came to the Kentucky State Fair. I was 6 years old. Of course, my mother couldn't afford for me to go. I was 6 years old in 1969. Michael Jackson at Jackson 5 came to the Kentucky State Fair, man. That's type of stuff I will always remember. Temptations was still blowing people away. The Supremes, even though they started in the 60s. Man, the 70s, man, was iconic. Lynn, San Diego 102 says an internal conversation and the good books that you read that got you woke. Absolutely. Because there's a saying they said, you know, if you want to know your future 5 years from now, all you got to do is look at the people around you and the books that you're reading. It's going to tell your future. See, birds of a feather flock together, guys. It's true. That old stuff, it's, you know, that's why I tell you that when people say all these secrets, they're not secrets. You know, they've been around forever. Johnny G said, I can hear you're a fan of Law of Attraction. I'm not. See, Law of Attraction was borrowed from the old books that I read. Think and Grow Rich. The Laws of Success. See, I'm talking about the old books. All the Laws of Attraction did, you know, was take that stuff that was already way back then and just brought it up to date and handed it to people. And people still don't believe it. They won't practice it. It's universal principle. I say it all the time. I use this example. I got it from Mike Dooley. If I throw this phone up in the air, what's going to happen? It's going to come back down to the ground. Why? It has to. The law of gravity takes over once it leaves my fingertips. Now, does it matter if I'm black or white? If I got a PhD or elementary school education for it to come back down to the ground? Absolutely not. Does it matter if I'm rich or if I'm the poorest human being on earth? when I throw this phone up in there, once it leaves my fingertips, the law of gravity takes over. It's the same with our thoughts, guys, but you don't believe it. Every thought you think, even the good ones, even the bad ones, it catches hold of something out there, guys. Be careful what you think, because it's going to come back to you. So when your thoughts go out there, it doesn't matter. It's going to come back. The law of compensation. It's irrefutable. Hey, Milk Master, thanks for that super chat. He said, what's up, fam? And see, I used to teach a series on this, man, because I live it in Louisville, Kentucky, me and Gerald Muhammad, every Monday at this coffee shop, man. And it started to grow, and then the coffee shop shut down. It was the perfect location. It was right in the hood. People were starting to grab onto it because I'm going to tell you something. Anthony Carnegie, however you want to pronounce it, when he threw it to Napoleon Hill and told Napoleon Hill, said, hey, why don't you write a book on this? He said, if we taught these principles in school, it would cut the amount of time that you spend in school in half. See, we're not taught this stuff. So it sounds real crazy when you see, I was 37 when I first ever heard of this stuff, man. And I didn't have nothing to lose. I was living in the damn government projects in Louisville, Kentucky, not even on the lease, because my wife at the time was on AFDC in Section 8. I bet not have been nowhere near. And when they came over to do the inspection, I had to leave. So I said, what the hell I got to lose? Let me start studying this stuff, man. And I promise you, 1 year later, we were living in a 3,700 square foot home with a walkout basement, 2 decks on the back. It's true, man. This stuff will work if you work it. But if you don't work it, it's not going to work, man. Yeah, Andrew Carnegie, man, I used to teach this stuff. I try to teach it to my kids, but, they like, man, it's too boring for them. But, yeah, it wasn't boring when, they didn't realize they were living it through me. Now that, when me and their mother separated, they got mad at me because they couldn't live that life anymore 24/7, only when they were with me. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. But yeah, that's the only reason I'm sitting over here, man. Because of the, the laws of success. Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, I'm reading the old books. See, the new books, it's just the old books revamped. That's all it is. But see, like Mike Dooley, he was part of the, what's it called? What did you say? It's called The Law of Attraction. The book, The Secret. But he's got something. He said, thoughts become things. So think the good thoughts. But see, he borrowed that from Seneca and all those, Aristotle and all those people. All them people, they had their own thoughts, but they agreed on one thing. We become what we think about, guys. Yeah, your dominating thoughts is going to become your reality. I don't care if it's good or bad. See, I can read people. I can tell you what you're thinking. Not read your thoughts, but I can tell the type of thoughts that are going through your mind based on the way you're living. See, if you can't get excited, if you can't get enthusiastic about your life, and I can't help you. Shakespeare said it as well as you can say it. What little we know of death, life should be a paradise. Man, when he told me that, I was ready for that. See, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. It's true, man. Yeah, Johnny G, man, me and you need to talk. He said, you create your own reality. It's true. The preacher told me, he said, look, you your own savior. When you get on your knees and you pray to whoever you think you're praying to, you really praying to yourself, to your subconscious mind. See? Yeah, that's a powerful, man. But I don't want to I don't want to bore y'all with this stuff, man, because I love it, man. Oh, yeah, good thing, Cal says, hey, Cooley followers, if Cal can't get your answer, one of us, the No Troll Zone, the NTZ, see, will try to assist in answering your question, man. You talking about friends and laughter, guys. I ask for that every day, and I've got it. How many friends do I have that make me laugh? You know, health and harmony. You don't think I'm in the best shape of my life, man, but I wasn't when I started doing that. Yeah, he said, I hear you're not boring at all. We need to chat one-on-one someday. Absolutely, because see, I wish I was known. I wish I'd have known this stuff when I was younger, man. But see, I was always interested in why one man succeeds and another man fails. It's real simple. Earl Nightingale said this. He said, the only difference between a man who succeeds and a man who fails, the man who succeeds has goals. See, he compared it to two ships leaving the harbor. One ship has a captain, a crew, a destination. You start up the engine, and 9,999 times out of 10,000, it's going to reach its destination. Now, what about the other ship? Has no captain, has no crew, has no destination. You just start the engine up. It'll be, good if it even gets out of the harbor, but it's going to end up shipwrecked. See? And that's how it is with us. The man and woman who has no goals, who has no direction, man, you're not going anywhere, man, But somebody, you set a goal, man, you'd be shocked. Who's the guy who wrote the book? Let me think. Thoreau, David Thoreau. See, man, I start reading. I read about 2 books a month. He said that, you have a goal, but this is paraphrasing him. He said, but the problem with human beings is we set our goals too low and we easily reach them. He said, set them up here. And when I first started in the insurance business, my manager at the time, Wayne Tipton, and I hope if you're watching this, Wayne, he gave me a goal. He said, he didn't know I was reading this stuff. He said, yeah, your goal is going to be $50,000 this year, Calvin, and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. He said, don't worry about making the trip with the company. He said, $50,000, you can finance your own trip. He didn't realize that they told me, don't ever let anybody set your goals for you. You set them. I'd already set a goal for $80,000. If I'd have told him, he would have freaked out. Guess what I ended up doing that year? $87,000. And you're talking about a guy who the year prior to that earned $8,298, guys. Listen, man. But, y'all want to hear about I know what y'all want to hear about. It's over here, guys. When we talk about women all the time over here, it's like bringing sand to the beach. You don't have to do it, guys. They're over here. I did a video. Are you listening? They're waiting in droves over here. Not one or two, droves. When you get over here, you're going to see the Calvin's right. They walk around in groups, 5, 6, 7, 10 sometimes. That's how they hang out over here. That's how it is, And remember, I gave you that clue earlier today. Your greatest advantage you got over here is if you are willing to be romantic. I know I told you, save the romance for France, but if you insist, because I'm a romantic, there's not a woman over here you can't have. Because Filipinos, they can't handle real romance. You knock them dead with that, man. But don't send them flowers. Don't send them the flowers cut from the root. Send them a plant. That's what they're into now. They don't want those flowers. They're going in the garbage in 2 or 3 days. The garbage, rather. Buy them a plant. Get romantic. See, chocolate, they look at that as a gift. That's not being romantic. Look, if you can't say it, write it down. Remember this, guys. You heard this from Sunshine Shoulders. This is the nitty gritty, guys. Women go by what they hear. A man goes by what he sees. So a woman loves to hear that sweet stuff. She loves to read that sweet stuff. I'm going to say this. I'm about to get over here because I got to go open up my checking account. Thanks, Stephen K., for that super chat. He said, this one worthy of a super chat. Having goals is living in the future. Having regrets is living in the past. Harmony is living in the present. Absolutely. See, that's why I always ask every day for health and harmony. Johnny G, thanks for that super sticker. But I did this today. I took a picture that I had on my phone of my girlfriend. I put it on my Facebook page. I wrote a couple of lines from the song Just to Be Close to You by the Commodores, written back in 1970 when I was about 13 years old. Knocked her down. She's still smiling. Knocked her friends down. Boom. Go on my Facebook page and read the comments. That kind of little stuff like that. You know, I said, I was a lonely man, a man with no direction, with no purpose. This is straight out of the song. With no one to love and no one to love me for me. Oh, girl, then you came into my life. You made my jagged edges smooth. You made my direction so clear, and you became my purpose for living. You know, my purpose, my reason for living. She couldn't handle it, man. That little stuff like that blows them dead. Now, I was 13 in 1976. Rod Rodenstein said, 120 security people present in the church positive for COVID. Thank you, Rod. It's true. And, you know, it just goes hand in hand, man. It just keeps getting worse and worse. The news keeps getting badder and badder about this COVID over here. And if you think it's going to open for 2022, it's going to take a miracle, guys. Rod hit it on the nose. There it is. You know, it can't get any worse than that. What if the president catches COVID? He probably had it, but of course they can't tell us. Because some of us, that's the nitty gritty if they tell you that. They're never going to tell you that. But I guarantee you, there's no way all his security people are going to have COVID and he doesn't have it. If he doesn't have it, then there is no COVID. Okay? Period. I said that. Kevin B said, you consider yourself a simp. Absolutely not. Because, see, I'm going to tell you something. You tough guys, you men with your own agendas and all of that, you're going to come over here and these Filipinos are going to make mincemeat out of you. You think you're just all tough guy, you just so pimp. So they call guys that have a heart a simp. Well, I'm a simp then. I'm a simp master then. Because, you know, see, living that old macho life and don't want to cry, don't want to share your feelings, man, that's what's got a lot of people like me killed. That stuff is for the birds, man. Yeah, if you consider me somebody with a heart, somebody with compassion, real love for their fellow man, a simp, then yeah, I'm a simp master. You know, you can take all that stuff and throw it in the garbage, man, because that's what's wrong with our community now over there, my community. I'm going to keep it on me. Everybody wants to be tough. Yeah. Sorry, man. Kyle, I'm cracking up again. Hit up with some Teddy P. It's coming, man. You know, believe it or not, man, I sing a little bit. And that's another thing, man. They can't handle that. If you can just sing a few verses in tune, she's dead. You got her. I be singing Peebo Bryson over here, man. I promise you. The first night when me and my girlfriend really met, I sung My by Johnny Gill, and I sung what's the song by Peebo Bryson? It was over. It was over. Lights out, the party's over, you know. Yeah. But that's just how I am, man, you know. And Filipinos love that, man. They love it. They eat it up, man. They eat it up more than being this old macho guy that, you know, wants to be tough all the time. Yeah, JD Love said everybody wants to be tough is in the grave, man. Yeah, you know, yeah, make simping great again. That's right. Bunzo Kravitz. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Yeah, when we get behind closed door, nobody special. See, you're right. They tough in front, but then, you know, when you get behind closed doors, yes and no again, then you become a simp master. I don't even know what a simp is. I never heard of that word until like a couple of years ago, man. You know, I mean, what is that supposed to mean? If that means letting somebody run over top of you, no, I'm not that. But if it means, you know, having love and compassion and showing my true feelings, I'm not afraid to cry, man. You know, I've got a little boy on my Sunshine Show's Facebook page named Toto Call. When I first met him, man, his mother sends me this picture. He's got stage 4 kidney cancer. Man, I cried, man. I was out here working out. I'm like, why did she send me this picture? It broke me all the way down to see a little 6-year-old boy like that suffering, man. You know. Hey, thanks, Mulano, the travel boy, for that super chat. He said, keep up the great content. You're not a simp, but a humble person. Absolutely. Because I don't even know what a simp is. That's something y'all done really, y'all done made up. I mean, y'all got past me. Frank L said, feel the fire. No, it's another one. I gave it to my subconscious man, Frank. Before I let this go, I'm going to tell you. But CC777 said, hey, Calvin, how are the people that are holding up with the COVID lockdown? It's getting bad up in the NCR, Metro Manila area, man. The government has come public and said we can't sustain the lockdowns up there. They run out of money. They're going to have to do something, and they're going to have to do something fast. They're losing like 2.4 billion pesos a day with this lockdown. People can't go to work. They don't have money to get. There's no stimulus over here, really. You understand? The stimulus that they're pushing around now is 1,000 pesos and 4,000 pesos per family. You know, it's getting dark over here, man. You know, so dark that I told my wife, I said, you need to come and get our son. That single life you living over in America, you have to put that on hold for a minute. Because if I have to bring him back, it's going to be problems. See, I've been nice, you know, because I'm a nice guy. But now that it's really, this COVID is ramping up over here, he don't need to be over here now, you know. So that single life you living over there, you got to make some sacrifices. We've given you enough time to, you know, be single over there and, you know, and show all your friends how good you're doing over here. You know, now it's time, you know, for you to be a mother again. See, David H. said, brother, if you ever thought about building a home there, if what would be a good place? My friend is in Antipolo. Matter of fact, I talked about that earlier. David H. We found a lot. You know, she's going to put down 100,000 today to seal it. The lady wants that. It's like 850,000, about $15,000 or something like that. You know, because it takes a while for me to transfer the money from my account in America over here. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm doing it for my kids. See, my daughter here, my 2 sons are already U.S. citizens. One has lived in America. That's the one I'm saying he wants to go back home. Come and get him. But I've got another son here that lives in Cebu. He's never been to America. He's a U.S. citizen. He's probably going to live here at least until he's 18. Then he'll probably go over there. But he has that option. And that's why I always tell you guys, if you have kids over here, man, take that time, that 30 minutes to an hour, total, filling out the paperwork, going through the appointment and all of that, to get these children to CRBA. But anyway, I'm doing it for him and my daughter here, so they always have a place, you know, because housing, man, is tough here. You know, I don't see how the normal Filipino can buy land here. 850,000 is a fortune here. Even for us in America, we think, well, it's only $15,000. But yeah, but over here, it's a fortune, man. The average person that I deal with on a daily basis, they could never afford to buy that. Only the rich and well-to-do buy up all the land over here, unless, you know, they've got a family member overseas in America working as an OFW somewhere, sending money back here. Otherwise, man, they can't do it. Rodenstein, who's he talking about? Cry racist? What's he saying? Dan Mo says alimony a thing there. Well, you know, nothing from nothing, Dan, leaves nothing. Child support, you know, now, you know, as you get up, you know, the rich and the wealthy, yeah, but you're talking about 2/3 of the population here is existing on less than $2 a day. Alimony, What kind of alimony you gonna pay with that? What kind of child support you gonna pay for that? They don't even press it. They don't even come after the people. I mean, nothing from nothing. You can't get blood from a turnip, my mother used to say. But no. Now even you they're so programmed, they're not gonna come after you. They expect you to do the right thing. My son is 10 years old. His mother's she's in America. Of course, she probably she wouldn't have a leg to stand on if she did it, but this never came up. I've taken care of my son from day one. Paid his hospital, his whole net from day one, even to this day. Give him a bicycle. They expect you to do it, but they're not going to press it. Now, when they go over to America and they get to listen to that clique over there, that support group that I try to warn y'all about over there, they're going to come after you for alimony and child support over there. Over here, they're not going to do it. David H. says, I've been looking at foreclosures. Over here, they call it assumed. That's what they call it. And, assuming the loan a lot of times, Let's see. I still can't understand what Rod Rodenstein's talking about. He said every chance he gets, he's talking about the race car. The Prodigy said, damn, Captain, you already talking about getting your son out there. Sounds like the situation out there is getting real bad. I'm just going by what I'm seeing, man. It's not getting any better, man. As men, see, sometimes you have to just, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's probably a duck. As grown men, we don't have to sit back here and watch everything add up and say, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad. When testing, nobody's getting tested. The vaccines are very limited right now, and the rollout is even slower. Remember, I told you it's like watching a race between a snail and a slug. Yeah, that's not too promising. What's up, Dominique? 626, 1626. Thanks for the super chat. He said, I got you, my friend. I appreciate it. Big Gun 231. Thanks for that super chat. He said, I want to show my support to your channel. I enjoy your videos a lot, and thanks for the experience. I appreciate it, man, because that's really what I'm giving you, man. My experience, strength, and hope over here for the Philippines. A new life is waiting for you over here if you want it, man. You got to do some work, you got to do some dreaming and visualizing. See, people that make it over here, man, we've dreamed about this probably half our life. Not so much the Philippines, but living in a place like this, living this type of life. It's not something you just get on a plane and chase. Because there's going to be struggles over here almost every day, man. The brownouts. Some of, as nice as this place is, there's no hot water, man. So, you got to get used to that. But it's a small price to pay for me. You may be around in a whole room, nobody speaking English. I don't give a damn. Okay, so 2/3 of people here exist on $2 a day. Okay, my heart goes out to you, but it's really none of my business. I can't get bogged down in that stuff. See, that's because I'm here because I want to be here. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Somebody else who could take it or leave it in the early stages, they're not going to make it here, but somebody whose dream it is to live in a place like this. See, I always wanted to, once I got to hustling really as an insurance agent and the stress was on me, man, I said, man, look, I want to move somewhere where I don't have to work. See, where my little income is enough for me. I didn't even know it was going to be the Philippines. But that's what your thinking does. It starts attracting the people and the circumstances to make that a reality. See, over here now for me, there's no difference between Sunday and Thursday. It's the same. There's no, I have no schedule. I have no quotas. I have nothing like that, guys. Every day, it's like the same day to me. It all runs in together to me. That's what I like. See, when I was about 10 years old, I made it up in my mind after going to school so many days with frozen feet and hands. I'm going to live in a place where it never gets cold before. And that stayed in my subconscious, man, my entire life. Any chance I got, I was going somewhere, Mexico, Florida, to the warmth, to family. I'm over here now. Is it a coincidence? Absolutely not. It's something I wanted, but those are people that make it over here. See? Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to be met with some challenges over here, and it's going to tell you, is this my dream or is this my nightmare? And one of them is those cold showers when you first get over here. Now that it's so hot, see, it's really, really hot out here. I got my fan blowing on me. It's really, really hot. All right. I already took my shower. I worked out, took my shower. But if you go in there right now, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock. If you go in there now and you take a shower, the water's going to be warm because it's heated up in those pipes already. See, for the rest of the day until about 5 o'clock, you're going to get a warm shower. But guess what? Somewhere around November to February, when you get up to take that cold shower, it's going to be cold, but not as cold as in America. When you cut on the cold water. See, but cold showers are good for you, is what I've discovered. Ron Bizzle says, okay, no, he's answering somebody's question. Calvin H., I can't stand to be cold. That's why I live in Central Florida. Absolutely, man. And the older I got, the harder the cold weather became on me, man. I'm an insurance agent. I have to go to people's houses. I'm in my car, my van, man. I'm in and out of, man, and you sitting there, you waiting on the porch for somebody to answer the door. It's 3 degrees outside, man. Your subconscious goes to work. You be like, remember what you asked for, and you stay out there and you go in there and you say, man, I gotta have this sale. I've got to have this sale. I can't leave this house without it because I want to move to the Philippines or Mexico or somewhere where it's never cold again. And man, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's that stuff's true. He says, Clayton says, I have the cold showers to cool the hot pants, Cal. What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, see, every man that comes over here, I don't care who you are. There was a preacher that was killed over here a few years ago by Filipino. He had the hot pants. I'm talking about a real life preacher from over in the UK, over in England. I don't care who you are. When you come over here, you're going to have the hot pants syndrome. You got to get rid of that, though, or it's going to be detrimental because you got to let the dust settle over here. There's just too many beautiful women. They're accessible, meaning not they're easy, but they'll talk to you. They'll give you the time of the day. And it's like if you're somebody who just wants to come over here and jump up and down all the time, you can, but for somebody like me, after a while, it got old. And I'm like, man, it's the same thing. They just got a different face. And, you grow tired of that. And so, that's why I wrote that. That's why I did that article. I mean, the blog, A Good Woman Over Here is Good as It Gets. You can't really upgrade. Hey, Jesse Howe, thanks for that super chat. He said, what's up, everybody in Calvin? It's been a while, busy moving. That's a nice house you got, Jesse. The next time I do a video on, because I'm going to redo that video that I took down about expats and their extravagant lifestyles over here, because one of the gentlemen, remember I told you my content is for foreigners. It's not for Filipinos. She took it as a slight when it was actually a compliment. So I took it down. I'm going to put Jesse on there. You should see his house. Yeah. I'm not going to say your last name. They can see it, but I'm not going to say it, Jesse. Thank you so much. This is the brother I was telling you about who bought that 40-foot container full of all his American stuff over here. See, he did it big time. He did it the right way. He said, I ain't fooling with that little midget furniture over there in the Philippines because I got a living room set, a midget set in there. I can't even use it. I bought it for my wife and the kids. It's too small for me. You know, the couch is like a chair to me, believe it or not. A chair is like a damn footstool. I use it for a footstool. It's too small. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. Cal Devin said the Philippine Info channel is a good channel. Yeah. I think his name is Steve. I'm giving him a shout out because he gives you the same liked information as Cal. Great info. Check him out. Yeah. Check out LaRock's cooking adventures, guys. I meant to tell y'all this. He needs our help. He's close to 1,000. You know, because that's the whole thing here, guys. This 1,000. You know, YouTube made it hard. You know, but he's got a legitimate channel, LaRock Cooking Adventures. He's, you know, I think he's in Baltimore, Maryland. It's a cooking show, but he's legitimate, man. He got good, whoever the camera person is, not like me. My stuff is raw, it's unpolished. That's how it is. It's the nitty gritty, man. I'm sorry. You're never gonna have some guy with a, you know, a camera pod and all that follow me around. That's just it. That's just it, man. Cal Deadman says, Cal, my first fridge, I had to lie down to get stuff on the bottom shelf. That's true, man, but that's the kind of stuff that you deal with over here because it's in your blood. You want to be here, man. My refrigerator, you know the little refrigerators you buy your kids when they go to college? That's a full-size refrigerator over here, man. You open it up, I got to get on my knees to go through it like Cal was saying, but you know, it's just a small price to pay. But yeah, he bought all his stuff over here, guys. He did it right. His weight set, his exercise equipment, everything, his furniture, his beds. He's got American stuff in a Filipino house. And he was wondering why he didn't have no space in there, he was telling me. Yeah, because you got American-sized stuff in a Filipino bedroom. That ain't going to work. You got to get a Filipino bed for a Filipino bedroom. Unless you want them rich guys up in Bonifacio Global City, you know. Paul M. says there are a good network of expats in San Carlos City. It is, from what John told me. I don't really know. I don't see them, but he says they meet like once or twice a month or something. He said he don't go that much because, you know, whenever you get a group of expats together, there's going to be a couple of them that get to arguing and, you know, bitching and complaining. But yeah, but every Friday me and John meet, and every Friday just about here lately, we've been seeing a new foreigner. We met a guy from Bacolod City. He came all the way here to San Carlos City, 2.5 hours on the bus to buy this little girl a Happy Meal. I thought it was great, man. He full of knowledge. He was from Morocco, but you'd have never thought he was 100% African. See, Africa, the Philippines reminds me of Africa in that it's so diverse. But when you say Philippines, you get this one picture of the Filipino in your mind. Guys, don't do that. You can't stereotype the Filipino. He's just as vast. It's not as big as Africa, but I mean, it's just as diverse. This guy that we met was from Morocco. He looked like a European. He said, I'm 100% African, you know. And I said, yeah, see, I want to interview you because I want people to see that. When you say Africa in your mind, even me, I'm a black man, I'm from America. What do I think of? Two images in my mind. The starving child or the guy with the bone in his nose and the spirit. They program me like that, guys, but Africa's much more than that, man. I used to work with some Africans, man, and it was the only time I ever got close to an African because most of the Africans in America, they won't fool with us. But I've got a good friend over here. He's become my friend. He lives in Dumaguete. He's an African. He's about as nice as a guy you ever meet. He's got his master's degree. He used to teach at the college down in Dumaguete. I think it's Negros Oriental State or something like that. But yeah, this guy showed the whole other side of Africa. Hey, Jason Kincaid, thanks for that super sticker, man. But hey, guys, I got to get off of here. I've been on here for way past my bedtime. I definitely have to open this savings account today. Frank Ellis said Filipino P has a lot of subscribers. Yeah, she's good. Like I said, to me, this is the YouTubers, the vloggers, all of us. It's a community, man. We shouldn't be on here knocking each other, trolling each other and all. That's just me. Maybe I'm naive, but that's just the way I see it. I don't care what channel somebody's got. I don't care who you follow. I'm never going to knock you for that. I mean, I'm over here. I'm 8,000 miles from home. I should not be fighting my fellow Americans or Europeans or expats over here. We need each other over here. Because I'm going to tell you, let something happen to you over here. Filipinos are as warm and welcoming as they are. They're not going to help you really, man, because they can't help you. They got their own problems. It's going to be us that's going to help you or should help you. Okay, guys? Brett Thomas said, hey, Calvin, you mailed the DNA kit tomorrow. Because I'm going to tell you, the guy was he was a butthole, man. Let's face it. On the box, it says exempt human specimen. Exempt human specimen means you don't put it in the same category as somebody sending off a pint of blood. That's what this guy did. Because first of all, I'm going to DHL tomorrow because it's a real DHL place. It's not going to be a FedEx satellite place. See, it's the real DHL. And they're going to mail that off. See, I didn't have time to argue with him because he was getting ready to set off my six-month ticker. See, about every 6 months, I go crazy over here because all the things that I'm holding in, it all comes together and you explode. So I do that once every 6 months. He was about to set that off early with his attitude and with his inability, unwillingness to, to use his brain. He was just lazy. He didn't know what he was doing. Now, the girl sitting beside him, she could have helped me, but she was showing him respect. But anyway, yeah, I'm sending that out tomorrow. Dan Moe said, why did the preacher mess up? Well, he fooled with the wrong woman. She had him killed. That's how he messed up. But he was coming over here. He was 63. She was 22. JD Love said other experts would just refer you to others but won't help you on their own. And that's sad, man, and that's what I'm trying to create, a community, man, of men and women, a brotherhood, a sisterhood, whatever you want to call it, because, man, things happen, man, especially way over here. If it can go wrong, it's going to go wrong. We don't need to be, taking pictures and films and putting them on YouTube. I hate to see that when people do that for likes and views, man. You don't have to do that. Stephen K. said, who you think Pacquiao will fight this summer? Well, according to the newspaper here, he's in talks with Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford, and I'm a big Pacquiao fan, is going to beat him into retirement. I hate to tell you this. He don't want no parts of Terrence Crawford. Pac-Man is very, very smart in his later days. He picks and chooses his fighters. He knows he can beat them. You can't beat Terrence Crawford, brother. I tell you, I would put everything I got on Terrence Crawford. He ain't going to beat Terrence Crawford unless it's a setup and they want to see another fight, which I wouldn't doubt in boxing, but no. Terrence Crawford's in the prime of his career, and don't talk about that last guy he beat. I forgot who he was. He was afraid of Pacquiao. He gave Pacquiao too much credit. He should have beat him. The guy he beat. What's his name? I forgot. Took his title. The light-skinned brother. But no, Pac-Man he's barking up the wrong tree with Terrence Crawford. They're in talks right now. But he don't want Terrence Crawford, and he don't want the brother that was in the car accident. What's his name? I can't think of his name. What's the name of that guy? Yeah. Terrence Crawford, man, he don't want no parts of Terrence Crawford, man. Yeah, Spencer, the other guy's name. The guy said, do I have a workout gym there? They have a couple of them here. They're cheap. They're about $8 a month. But no, the workout mat I've got, the workout I've got 2 yoga mats that I set one on top of the other. That's my workout. That's my gym. And if you want, I just did another one, the same exact exercises. I just did it on the beach in Sapala. That's what I do, and people don't believe it. Yeah, I do it. Yeah, I've got genes, of course, genetics. My father looked like this. So, of course, I'm going to look like this. But if I don't work out and continue the maintenance, I'm going to look like a lot of other guys over here. Yeah, Earl Spence. Thanks, Stephen K. He don't want any of them 2 guys. Okay? He don't even want the other guy that fought Earl Spence that has that funny, unorthodox style. What's his name? The black guy who fought Earl Spence but lost. Forgot his name. He don't even want him. See, Pac-Man is smart, man. As he's gotten older, he knows who to fight, man. He knows he can beat those guys. Brett Thomas said, "What's your favorite beach?" I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I love Boracay, even though it's a tourist trap. It's about as nice a beach as you're gonna find in the Philippines. But they have so many. But I like Boracay. It's just a long stretch of beach. I mean, the sand is clean. The water, they cleaned it up. It's really my favorite beach because of everything else that's going on around there. The nightclubs, the restaurants, everything's right there for you. But I love Siquijor Island. I love Bantayan Island, Camotes, Camigan. It's just so many. You saw my video when I was in Sapalay. I mean, there's just so many. But, yeah, I would have to say Boracay. Now, I like Alona Beach in Panglao, Bohol. I love that. That was actually the first beach that I went to. And, I mean, that's when I knew. I said, the dreams I was having in my basement, that visualization, here I am in real life, And I had my son's mother with me, beautiful young lady, time she was 24, I was 45. Ron Business said, "Great group on your channel." Yeah, look at yeah, man. Thank you guys, man. I tell you all the time, I got the best subscribers on YouTube. I'll argue with anybody. But hey, guys, I got to get off of here. Thanks for your super chats, your super stickers. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for joining me, man. Wow, 300 people, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm just a little country boy from Louisville, Kentucky. You understand what I'm saying? You don't think I'm living a dream? You don't think this is all coming full circle, man? I just want to share it with everybody, man, because that's what it's all about. I'm just a regular guy, man. I just want you to know that when you get over here, what to really look for, what to really expect. It's not all the drones all the time. Is that here? Absolutely. That beauty is here. But that other side is here too. And I want to try to help you avoid that too. I don't want a man to come over here 8,000 miles and get his head busted, get his wallet stolen, see, get cheated out of anything. I don't even want you to come over and have a good time. I want you to have a great time when you come over here. So, Brett Thomas says, "Is there any nightlife at Davao City?" Absolutely. Now, pre-pandemic, they had a whole compound. It had like a bunch of different little nightclubs and stuff. Same as in Zamboanga. But if you're in America, it's late. But if you don't want them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. In the Philippines, it's 11:17 a.m. You have the whole rest of the day. There's no excuse for you not to intentionally go out and help somebody, man. Today, if you got 2 pesos over here, you should be giving somebody one of those pesos, man. That's how bad it is over here, guys. Don't let, the smile fool you. Remember that song, "Smile is just a frown turned upside down"? Don't let the smile fool you over here when you see on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. No, I'm seeing what's behind that frown, guys. People are starving over here. It's important we help each other, because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Look for I got like 3 or 4 videos already made. I just got to roll them out. I think the next one's going to be my fantasy life in the Philippines. Don't wake me up over here, guys. I'm living my fantasy life. Take care.